Hey guys, it's another episode of the Magic of Yoga, and I am wrapping up my Reiki experience. Woohoo! So, if you have listened, you've heard my Reiki 1 attunement experience. You may have listened to my Reiki 2 attunement experience, and we are now on to Reiki 3, also known as your Reiki Masters. So, I fortunately arrived at Avila, Texas without any issues at the beautiful Yoga for Love studio cabin for our pre-day training of Reiki before their fall retreat began. And I was there with a bunch of beautiful women that were there receiving their Reiki 1, the Reiki 2, and also their Reiki Masters. And it was a really great experience being able to go through the training manuals and being able to share experiences with all these women. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. When I was going through my actual attunement process, it was again another mind-blowing experience, much like my first time. I received just these crazy amount of messages that I immediately had to write down. And I was prepared this time. When I went in for my Reiki 1, I didn't know what I was going into, so I didn't come prepared. But I made sure I had my journal and I had a pen to write everything down this time. So that's what I'm going to walk you through. When our attunement process started, I really kind of just felt in the moment and very wavy, I guess you can say. I felt like there was motions going through me. And I'm not sure if I was actually moving, but I was definitely in that moment. That is what I was feeling. And when our master had taken us through our journey, immediately what I saw was this black figure just pop right up. And it was only there for a split second before it disappeared and was replaced with waves of different colors of people. And I have not done much work with shadow work, but I can assume that this figure, this dark figure that appeared, was my shadow self or a shadow figure of that aspect. If you know anything about shadow work and would like to share what that could have been, please do comment below. But I have no idea about shadow self or working in that area. That is where I'm just starting. So this shadow figure had popped up, but then was instantly replaced with waves of people of different colors, lights, reds, blues. And it wasn't like ocean waves. It was literally like crowds of people. But there was just different lines of color. And as our master is talking, the crowds of people that I'm now scanning over kind of disappear. And I'm faced with an elephant going underneath an arch. So I definitely did some digging into that. And the symbolization for that was new beginnings, new opportunities, and good luck. So that was really exciting. Especially as I have been working so hard with the book that I'm hoping to have published in January and our course that we are hoping to launch pretty soon in 2022. So fingers crossed that was a sign, but you know what? If it's not, that's okay too, because it was for something, right? But I also had to laugh because I feel like it isn't that easy. The elephant just wasn't going through the arch and all of a sudden I'm getting the cookie cutter good luck, you've got this 2020 in your hand kind of thing. No, my elephant was stuck. It had to be stuck, right? My elephant's back end was actually having to squeeze through this arch. And I didn't do much research into that to kind of figure out that there are going to be trials ahead. There's definitely no doubt. Nothing comes to you handed on a plate. You have to work for everything, and I will take it. I will take it. But again, scanning on, as our master has taken us through our journey, the next thing I saw was peculiarly a blue house with dark windows and very noticeably dark roof. We just recently moved into our house. It's actually been a year, and we're very fortunate to be celebrating our first Christmas here. So I was a little curious if maybe that had anything to do with it, but I'm not too sure. What I do know that is, again, a house represents new beginnings. Dark windows, or windows in general, represent blockage of negative and reflection. But a roof, not entirely sure what that means. I couldn't really find much information on that. So again, if you do, let me know. Overall, that was my experience. That was my journey through the attunement process. I felt very, very wavy, very in the motion, very in the movement, and kind of no tingly sensations this time. Before, it was tingling, it was goosebumps, feathery, but this time it was a more powerful strength, but not powerful in the way that it was disconcerting or anything. It was just like another gate had been opened. This other flood of energy had found somewhere that needed to be unlocked, and there it was, unlocked. So it was really, really great, and it was encouraging. You know, I had seen all these pictures and symbols and read up on it, and it wasn't until actually I was with the goddess tribe for that weekend that somebody had mentioned about an elephant being good luck and new beginnings. But then we also have to think about Ganesha and what Ganesha brings to us as well. So there is different ways that any of these messages can be interpreted, really. And I guess I'll find out in 2020 when it comes along. All I know is that I'm now a Reiki master, and it's so exciting to be able to share this with other people, and that whatever the symbols may mean, that is what I got. And yet their feelings was very warming and very welcome. So I'm not sure if I have mentioned this in my other Reiki little messages, my little podcast I've been doing. If you have thought about doing Reiki, I highly, highly recommend it. It may not be for everybody, and you might go to one session or maybe one attunement and then just be like, you know what, this isn't for me. This is not what I thought it was. And that's okay too. I'm not sending you in there with this crazy idea that something magical or some revelation is going to happen, because that's not always the case. However, in my experience, it was a life-changing for me, and it is something that I will always continue to incorporate into my life and my children's life for as long as they are willing to accept it. Anyway, guys, so today's little clip is super short, 8 minutes, and I don't really have much more to say. I just really, again, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. And please leave your comments below. Let me know about your Reiki experience. If you would like to come on and we can talk Reiki, let's do it. And connect with me, guys. I will reach back, definitely. Namaste.